Welcome to New Vintage Entertainment. Today's movie review is going to be 1959's classic Imitation of Life. Director is Douglas Sirk, starring Lana Turner, Juanita Moore, Sandra Dee, and Susan Kohler. Let's go. This movie is about two single women who meet, and one's black and the other's white. They both have little girls where the black woman's daughter looks white. The colored woman's name is Annie Johnson, Juanita Moore. The other woman's name is Laura Meredith, Lana Turner. Annie and Sarah Jane, Susan Kohler, move in with Laura and Susie, Sandra Dee. Now the two ladies helped each other out tremendously, but Annie took on the housekeeping role or the maid role. They were also friends, so it didn't seem like she worked for Laura, but she actually did. When they first started living together, they struggled. They each would complement each other's lives. Annie kept the house and the kids. Laura wanted to be an actress and did anything she could to become one. And so we meet the girls when they are little kids and they grow up to be pretty young ladies. Annie's daughter, Sarah Jane, had one huge problem. She didn't like being black. I mean, when she was a little girl, she didn't like having any black blood in her at all. She said she didn't like being treated like a second-class citizen. Yeah, and I said, true that. Because that's the way black people were treated back then. So she looked white and she tried to pass as white any chance she got. Susie had your everyday teenage problems. Sarah Jane and Susie were, really close while they were growing up. And Laura was an actress, and through the years, she became a successful working actress until finally she bought a beautiful house and they moved in it. Laura had an admirer named Steve, or Mr. Steve. He was also friends with Annie, and he knew the girls. Laura's ambition broke them up for a number of years. Then, years later, Steve came sniffing back around with a girlfriend, too. So he came back into Laura's life, and Laura was sweet on Steve also. So she welcomed him back. Now, Sarah Jane really tries to get away from her mother after she graduates. She becomes a showgirl, dancing at different clubs. In today's world, that's equivalent to being an OF model. For a while, Annie found her just to tell her if she needed anything, she could come home, and to tell her she loved her. I mean, Sarah Jane really treated her mother badly. They say a mother's love is powerful. Yes, it is. Sarah Jane didn't mean her words, but she was brutal. As cruel as her words were, she still said them to her mom. Annie stopped hunting Sarah down. She was tired, and after so long, she had just accepted her living her life without her. Annie became bedridden and eventually died. Everyone took her death real hard, and she planned everything out, including her funeral. It was the prettiest funeral I'd ever seen. Mahalia Jackson sang at it, which was beautiful. It was both white people and black people there to celebrate Annie's life. At the very end, Sarah Jane came running up on the casket crying. Miss Laura, Susie, and Steve saw her, and they looked like they had just saw a ghost. Sarah Jane, gets in the car and they leave. It was the saddest thing you ever wanted to see. Because she was so broken at how she treated her mother. And she couldn't tell her ever again how she really felt. I would give this movie a B plus. Imitation of Life is a classic movie. So simple in its message, but very, very powerful. The subject of race is still touchy today. The performance by Lana Turner is exceptionally good. Juanita Moore's performance was great. You just wanted to give her a big old hug. And Susan Kohler gave an excellent performance. You felt the mean she was giving out. She played tormented very well. The fashions in this movie were out of this world. Lana Turner made her style look effortless, and she looked exquisite in her clothes too. New vintage fun fact. This is a Fannie Hurst book by the same name. She was a feminist, a civil rights advocate, and a writer. It was amazing that she wrote a book in that time that showed a black person's perspective so well. This book was written in the 1930s. Fannie was a trailblazer ahead of her time. If you have not seen Imitation of Life, please see it. It is a classic. It is a tearjerker, so have your Kleenex handy. This movie stands the test of time because even in today's world, there is something in this movie that you can relate to. So if you like the video, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. There's a whole lot more to come. Catch you later.